Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this fine Thursday, the 27th of August. There's one thing that I learned at a really young age, and it should be a warning to Heart of Midlothian. You never hit a wounded animal, because a wounded animal is more likely to hit out more than anything. And that's what Celtic will do this morning. And this is the games. These are the fixtures that will be moved due to the fact that Celtic are now in the Europa. They'll be moved from the Saturday to the Sunday. The fixtures to be moved will be Hearts at home on Saturday the 17th of October. Hibs away on Sunday the 24th of October. Kilmarnock at home on Saturday, November the 7th, and that will be moved to the 8th. Hearts away on Saturday, November the 28th. Hibs away Saturday, December the 12th. And I just noticed it's St Mirren on the 23rd of January. That will also be moved for the Europa game. And then Falkirk at home on Saturday, the 30th of January. So that's the full list of teams that you could expect to... And there's one good thing. I mean, the missus said yesterday, she's like, brilliant. It's an extension of the summer. We get to do things on a Saturday now, together as a couple, rather than you being online and doing watch-alongs. We can do stuff together, hand in hand, like lovely couples and stuff. But anyway, look, it is what it is. But Hearts, I've got to say, fair play to you to try and wind Celtic up, but you never, ever hit a wounded animal. Hearts last night went on to their social media and said winning playoffs in Austria isn't for everyone. You're in the Conference League in Europe. You went through the Champions League qualifiers, got beat by Sturm Graz. Oh, funnily enough, an Austrian team. You got humped out of the Champions League. You got humped out of the Europa. And then you've ended up in the Conference League and you're trying to have a little dig at Celtic. Do you know what? If I'm Fozzie, the first thing that you do is you take a screenshot of this, you go online, you go like this, you just go a little screenshot, you take that, and you go like this, and you go and stick that on the dressing room wall. You pin that on the door of the dressing room door. So every home game, when we go out onto the pitch, you see Hearts trying to have a dig at Celtic. So every single home game, we turn Celtic Park into a fortress. We annihilate everybody in Scottish football. And we go on and win a treble this year. The revenge of our success is the laughter of our children. That's what I want to happen this year. I want Man United to just go out and roller coaster the whole of the SPFL. Bugger it. Let's just do it. Anyway, and other news this morning, where was it? We do have until... What day is it? Is it the Wednesday or the Thursday? Let me just double check. It is the... Oh, what just happened there? How come we just lost the screen? There we go, it's back. Jesus, got a fright there, we just lost everything. Thursday at 5 p.m, the transfer window. Now, let's talk about who Celtic have lost this season. Well, the end of last season. Adam Montgomery is out on loan. Paolo Bernardo is out on loan. Mark Norowski, he has left the club in undisclosed fee. Shin Yamada's out on loan. Players that left the club at the end of last season permanently: Joel Mavuka, Junior Adamu, Benjamin Arthur, Tam the Czech, Julian Arrojo, Marcelo Saracchi, Kalechi Iheanacho, Hateo Amura, Lewis Palmer, Dyson Maeda, Stephen Welsh, and Kasper Schmeichel. That's a big list of players that left the club. How we expect it to be better going into the game. Listen, you should never lose 5-0, 5-1 a game, and you shouldn't allow a team to have 40 shots on goal. It's just terrible. So the players do have to have a look at themselves. Players that were brought in was Kasper Hu, Duran, Hassan, Mika Bauer, and Oxlade-Chamberlain is a free agent. 11 million for Casper, 6 million for Duran, 9 million for Hassan, who wasn't fit for the games, and 6.8 million for Mika Bauer. That's a lot of players that Celtic have lost, and we have until next Thursday at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. September the 3rd. You've got a week, Celtic. Let's get some deals done. Let's dominate Scottish football. Let's win a treble. I'll go back to it. Don't know, Hearts can try and take the piss out of Celtic all they want. And, I was shared all over social media yesterday, but I give it out to the Huns, so fair play to them for giving me it back. Some of them got hit with heavy copyright bans because they didn't do it in the right way, but never mind. Winning playoffs in Austria isn't for everyone. Put that in the back, the door leading out of Celtic Park dressing room, and make sure that you just dominate. And that should be all the motivation that every single player at Celtic need. A little reminder that getting put out of the Champions League and having a mob that are in the Conference League, the lowest possible denominator in Scottish and European football, nobody even wants to be in it. Nobody. Let's do the treble and shut these effers up. Yes, exactly. That is my sentiment. Exactly. It's let's just go and do it. I want the deals done this weekend. I want deals done on Monday, Tuesday at the latest. I expect us to get someone in on the Thursday. Probably a couple of loan players. Like I said yesterday, I think there will be some loan players will come in due to the fact that I have went down it in the Conference League. But get the deals done, Michael Nicholson, now. And let's just dominate Scottish football. And shut them up. Shut the lot of them up. You know, they had their best chance last year. We are not as bad as the team we were last year. We cannot let this affect the team. We need to get deals done. We need to get behind this team. We've got a chance this weekend. When you look at the games that are coming up, Celtic will have a European game coming up in between the two Glasgow Rangers games. It's not even Glasgow Rangers, it's the Rangers, isn't it? Up this weekend. It's only 2 days, 6 hours and 22 minutes until Celtic return to Celtic Park. What kind of reception will they get at Celtic Park? I think it'll be a frosty reception to start with, but we need to get behind the team. We need to get back to winning ways. We need to get back to dominating Celtic Park. We need to make sure Celtic Park's a fortress and every fan plays their part in it. Yes, there will be a bit of animosity considering we got put out of the Champions League, but let's just go and make history. Let's get the 9th fucking treble in Scottish football. 9 trebles. We're on 8 trebles so far. Let's just go out and get the 9th treble and just settle scores forever. After that, we have Aberdeen at Celtic Park on the 2nd of September. That'll be an interesting one because Celtic will be trying to get deals done that day. Hopefully there'll be a new couple of players in the stand that day watching the Celtic team play versus Aberdeen. That'll be an interesting game. And then on Saturday, the 5th of September, we are away to St Mirren. And then after that, let's get that up on the screen actually. One of the kids is trying to get to me. After the St Mirren game, we have the first game, the Premier Sports Cup game at Ibrox. That'll be interesting. Only 2,500 fans will make it to that. And let's leave winning. Let's absolutely hump them on their own ground. And then we'll have a European game in between that week, Thursday. And then, listen, Rangers could get put out of Europe tonight. All together. All together now. All together now. Together. Anyway, and then we play Rangers again on the 20th of September. And then we go into an international break. So this block of games that we have is very important at this part of the season. Let's go out and get wins in every single game. Let's be as successful as we can and then get into the international break. That takes us in, coming back into October. it's a long time without football, isn't it? From the Sunday the 20th of September right the way through to Saturday the 10th of October. What am I going to do? I'm going to have to, like, I might go on a holiday or something. I might just take a week off or something. But anyway, and that takes us into the month of October that will get filled up on Friday. It'll probably be Saturday that you'll get the dates for all the European games. So, exciting times ahead. I know that it's not the Champions League, and yes, I was devastated yesterday. Yes, I was angry yesterday, just like every other fan. And the only downside, I'm letting my emotions maybe override a lot of things that I was saying yesterday, but it is what it is. Right, let's jump into the... I was going to talk about this one. I was actually going to use this as the headline because this is a rumour that was doing the rounds yesterday, and it would upset a lot of Celtic fans. And I said that this would happen. Be careful what you wish for. When you say sack the board, Dermot Desmond would then go and bring in his son as chairman. That was the rumour that was going around yesterday. Now, I did try to do a bit of digging. I'm not sure if it's just a rumour, but there's always no smoke without fire. And it's the kind of thing that Dermot Desmond would do just to piss you off. And it will enrage sections of the fans, making Dermot Desmond chairman of the club. We do have a standing chairman as it is, and Brian Wilson. And if Dermot wants someone in the club to really piss the fans off and show that they are going nowhere. The Desmonds are going nowhere. Their grasp of the power at Celtic Park isn't going anywhere soon. So singing sack the board will mean nothing. Nothing. And especially if Dermot does put his son as chairman of Celtic Football Club. Give me your thoughts on that one, because I did ask someone who sits close to the director's box at Celtic Park last night, and he says, I warned you about this. The guy's fucking insane. He said it's exactly what he would do. And, you know, it wasn't good reading. When I got up this morning and got the reply, I was like, oh, fuck, we're fucked. But anyway, let's jump into some of the comments this morning and see what we're all saying to it. Since I'm in a fantastic mood. To get anywhere near the income from the UEFA Champions League, we'll need to get to the semi at least in the Europa. Even then, getting to the semi in Europa, you're only going to get around about 20 million. You're getting nowhere. The money is just so far off the scale from the Champions League to the Europa. You're not getting anywhere near it. But it is what it is. Listen, at the end of the day, I want every team in the SPFL, says Jim, to get destroyed, smash them all. That's the mood that I'm in today. You know, don't hit a wounded animal. Hearts have just completely... I'm glad Hearts put that out yesterday. I really am. Because I think that if you ever want to motivate a support... I mean, some of the comments on that were absolutely hilarious. Showing that Rapid Wien finished 5th in the league, and that's why they were in the Conference League qualifiers. You've got to remember, Hearts got put down all the Champions League, got knocked out the Champions League. Europa, get knocked out Europa. What happened with the players being assaulted at Celtic Park, lads? Craig Gamble, that's the best comment yet. What happened about that? Well, you went off as sheepish and quiet about that. Oh, wait a minute, your manager ran it away as well. Even your manager shat it. One Conference League team, one Champions League team. I hope that helps. This is equivalent to a Doug licking its arse and then slagging your breath. Really, guys, levels. And winning leagues in Scotland isn't for everyone. I don't want to win the league on the last day of the season. I want to dominate Scottish football this season. That's just pissed me right off. And remember them crying. Dry your eyes, mate. Neither's winning the league. Don't get smart, you spoon-burning. Champions League and Conference League football are miles apart. It is that. And remember, Hearts fans, and watch their team run out of Celtic Park. Disappear out Celtic Park. Greeting absolute greeting. And just remember that one. Winning playoffs in Austria, winning champions in Scotland isn't for everybody, is it? Let's face it. Anyway, that's enough of that horrible mob. And they are worse than Rangers fans. And I can confirm that. Anyway, let's get back into the comments. I want to ask... Where's that comment went? I want to ask why our players and how do we... I want to ask why our players, how we do unfit, especially week after week after a week off. How they look unfit. I don't know if Lask were ahead of us. I don't know. Bernardo doing well. Actually, needed him for that game instead of McCowan. Yes. I'm dreading Saturday. I'm going to the game. God knows who will be playing. I fear the injury list. The injury list will be fine. Listen, Cameron Carter-Vickers went off with a sore thumb. He's got a sore thumb. He's got a sore toe. Yeah, two words. A lot of people saying good morning to Stephen Johnson this morning. Only 3.9 for last year's semi and 5.2 million if you win. It's 5.2 million if you win the Europa. That's pretty piss, isn't it? You get hundreds of millions if you get all the way to the Champions League final. See, that's what it is. Be lucky to meet that mob in the cup. I don't think so. I think that we will win it. My picture is a reminder of how Celtic win titles. Yes, it's very true. I'm still more angry at the board for gambling once again. It's hard to get... We've had this consistency with the board, and it's consistently been bad. And if the rumour that was calling about last night that Ross Desmond is about to become the chairman of Celtic Football Club, you can forget about sack the board, because he will get a big cosy blanket and he'll wrap it around all his wee board minions and he'll tap them on the head and call them good little boys, good little workers, and be as condescending and downgrading as he can to them, and then just tell them, just keep doing the job the way that you're doing it. Fuck that lot. We run the club, not them. We make this club great, not them. That's what he'll say. Ross Desmond. Desmond. Jesus God. I'm glad you turned back to normality. Quadruple coming. It was a hard day yesterday. Hard. And we were all feeling it. And, there was maybe little sprinkles of truth in the reality in what I was saying yesterday. Little sprinkles of fucking rage. What there was. It was not the board's fault. It was Martin O'Neill's fault. Yes. And I'm glad someone says that, because let's face it, who cares about the Huns? We are embarrassing. Let's win a quadruple. Yeah, I don't think that we're going to win the Europa. I'll be honest. I don't think that will be... I don't think that they can do the Europa. I don't think that we've got the players. So, but anyway, as what it is. Are we happy with CCV and Trusty at centre half for the season? No, mate. Paul, no. Not a chance. But it is what it is. Martin O'Neill seems to think that they're good enough. I thought that we needed freshening up. I understood why Stephen Welsh left the club, because he's going to be sitting about on the bench. Dane Murray has taken over from that position. Dane Murray's a half decent player, but he's not got the experience. Dane Murray's first experience in the Champions League was to slip out the corner of the penalty box, and the player comes in, boom, scores a goal. And Dane Murray's slapping the pitch. Dane Murray's not the answer. We do need to freshen up, but the fact that Cameron Carter-Vickers was so injured last season, it's very difficult to get someone to come in and put in an offer for Cameron Carter-Vickers. It's very difficult for someone to come in. I thought a lot of us feared that maybe Austin Trusty might get an offer after being at the World Cup, but it hasn't transpired. I can't see it transpiring this weekend. A lot of the leagues around Europe, their transfer window closes this weekend. If you go straight into the Champions League and win, so that you get an extra 40 million on top, Yeah, but we don't go straight into the Champions League. Scotland, I showed where Scotland are in the league of tables to get into qualification. We're down in 19th position or something. You can forget automatic qualification for years. We need to go. We need every. This is the hilarious part. Hearts taking the piss about getting into Europa. See if Hearts finish second again. There's every chance that they will not even get into the Champions League qualifiers. So Hearts are actually saying that Scottish football's shite. Do you know, Hearts saying winning a playoff in Austria isn't for everyone. Mate, that team finished about 7th in the league last year. Not being funny, but that's how they're in the Conference League qualifiers. And you're boasting about that? You've got pumped out. Fuck them. Anyway, there is no way that we're going straight into the Champions League for a very long time unless Celtic go to the latter stages of Europe for at least 2 seasons. Soras, Tubas, CCV, CV and the team, they all had the Trusty shot it. Yeah, there's that. Trusty as weak as a 90-year-old's bladder. Don't hit out at 90-year-olds. That's a bit disrespectful to the 90-year-old saying that he's like Trusty. Having a shower after the game isn't for everyone. Having a shower after the game isn't for everyone. I know they went back out. They went onto the team. Hearts went onto the team bus, still in their team kit. Some of them still had their boots on. Derek McInnes, players greeting their eyes out. Anyway, let's go and win a treble and bugger the lot of Scottish football. We are winning nothing with Martin O'Neill's tactics. Our setup is a shambles. Do you not think that we could go on and dominate the Scottish League? I think that we can. The only good defenders we have are Alistair Johnson, who's injury prone, and Tierney, if fit, again, can barely last a game. Maybe the whole line. We need a whole new back line and couldn't keeper. We need backup for Kieran Tierney. Good backup for Kieran Tierney. Really good backup for Kieran Tierney. I'm sounding like fucking Trump here. We've known this since Kieran Tierney left. It's I don't want to get negative this morning. So I'm going to try and stay as positive as I can. The board gambled again. Simple signing. Only 4 players as a disgrace. Yes. Wake up, people. Top of winning Europe. Behave. Exactly. Hashtag up to. I've missed that other comment, Michelle. The only credibility the board will get if they buy players with no Champions League money. We still have to prove and plan for next year. We still need a goalkeeper, left back, 2 centre backs, right back, and 3 centre midfielders. Anyway, CC is backup at best. 6 million quid backup. No pace, no legs. No heart. Defence is just pish. Paul Elliott type player. God almighty. Don't see us winning the treble with this squad. Need at least 4 signings. I think we will get 4 signings before next Thursday. A week tonight. 5 o'clock. I think that by then, I think that we will have 4 new players in. I think we'll buy 2 players. We might even get more. I think we'll buy 2 players and maybe bring in 3 loan signings. Because you've got to remember that the transfer window in England will be closed, but we can still dip into that market. They can get loan signings out. The English can't buy players in. So it might be a bit more beneficial to Celtic. You never know. Martin O'Neill is just a figurehead. It's Maloney that does tactics and tells Martin O'Neill what to do. I've seen it during games when he was in his ear. We're goosed for the season then. Baz, Trump's losing it. He's shitting his pants. Is he? I don't watch the American news. English teams in these competitions have massive advantage over everyone in the tournament with their spending. And I noticed a lot of English yesterday having a laugh at Celtic and having a laugh at Scottish football and saying it's a pub league and all the rest of it, and slagging off Celtic, saying they would never be anywhere. They wouldn't even get into the English Premiership. And they forget that You know, fucking who cares? I don't care about England. I don't care about English football. I just want Celtic to go out and win a treble this year and just piss off everybody in Scottish football. It's right, Celtic winning everything. And then see at the end of the season, when we do win the league, is for Celtic to put up a post up with all the players on the pitch, every single one, and say winning leagues isn't for everyone. Get it right up, yous. That's the final post of the season. Winning leagues isn't for everyone. Mark my word. Anyway, I think that's the way. That's the best way that we can hit back at that lot. The bottom tier of European football, when they're trying to have a dig at Celtic. Celtic, told you, print that off, laminate it, stick it to the back door of the dressing room, and then at the end of the season, print it off and say winning leagues isn't for everybody. Stick it on social media and stick it right up everyone. And then when we win the treble, but winning trebles isn't for everybody. 9 trebles. World. Oh, come on. Let's get into them. Bugger it. Let's just do it. I've been watching. That one disappeared. At the end of the day, everyone's still raging. Celtic won the day. Yeah, is that? I've been watching the full left-hand side go back the way. Yeah. It's only Sriracha that made a difference. That's true. True. Tony Bloom, how's your trophy cabinet? Jesus. Natural balance restored when the Huns tumble out tonight. That'll be even funnier if they do. We are the first team in the UK to win the European Cup, with people that were Scottish. They hate us for that. Yes, they do that. Get the title won for Christmas and then coast to the treble. I don't think that we won't be able to get that far ahead in the league by Christmas. I think if we can get 6 points in front by Christmas, we'll be doing well. We'll wait and see. Hearts will crumble. Hearts are in European football. You've got to remember that Hearts had no European football last year. So they had an easy run all the way through from August, all the way through until Celtic were out of Europe in the end of January, February. Hearts had no midweek games. Hearts were put out of the Premier Sports Cup early as well, remember. You know? So Celtic, it'll be interesting to see how Hearts cope with European football, domestic football. Will they have the European hangover? I think that Hearts will be bottom 6. And then we'll see who's laughing then. And I think that the Sev Koreans, they'll try their best to keep up with us. But I think McInnes, he'll be sacked by Christmas, I think. Definitely if they get put out tonight. That'll be hilarious. Anyway, I live in the south of England, flight from London to Malaga and bus trip. Where are you going? We need defence. CCV is finished. Our whole defence is finished. We've been saying this for a couple of years, but you would have to get rid of one of the players, and there's nobody coming in for them. And this is where we've got a conundrum, because we need some Scottish players in the defence to keep up the numbers. We can, if we buy in another player. Listen, Rocky was asked if he wanted to stay at Celtic. Martin O'Neill said he would like him to stay, but he could not guarantee him a first team place. And he went, "No, I've spent too long on the bench here, Gaffer. I'm just going to go, if you don't mind." And he said, "That's fine." And I totally respect that. Unless we're bringing in someone that's better. I can't see Celtic going out and spending 5, 6, 7, 8 million pound on a defender and then pushing Trusty or I mean, I just can't see it. I can't see it. Exactly, Baz. Let's win the treble and shut them up. Yeah, shut them all up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Only 6 games in Conference League, I think. We get 8. That's even funnier. They get even less in that league. Anyway, never mind. Celtic news this morning is there's no news as yet with transfers. Hopefully something might come out today. Martin O'Neill has a press conference tomorrow. We are only 2 days, 6 hours away until kick-off back at Celtic Park. How do you feel about going back to Celtic Park after that dismal performance from the 35th minute onwards? Did we put it behind us? And let's just go on and win the treble. That's what I say. The one game away from the meltdown again. They're one game away from the meltdown. Mon Baz, I don't want to see the TV. Turn strips out of turns. The guy smirking his face saying Celtic were a bunch of bottlers. No, I didn't that. But what I did see was Hearts going on to just see this for any latecomers that are in. And this is why you never hit a wounded animal, because a wounded animal will come out and hit back. Hearts put on their social media yesterday, winning playoffs in Austria isn't for everyone. They won against a team that finished 5th or 6th or 7th in the Austrian league, and they're in the Conference League. Remember, they got put out the Champions League, they got put out the Europa League, and they were in the playoff for the Conference League, and they're happy about it, taking the piss out of Celtic. Let's just go and stick that on the back of the dressing room door and go and win a treble this year. Anyway, that is me done and dusted for this morning. That's been on for half an hour. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Hopefully we might get some news of a player or two coming in before the weekend. Celtic will leave it late as always. This is the games that will be moved due to Celtic now playing on a Sunday. Celtic's fixtures to be moved will be Hearts on Saturday the 17th of October, Hibs Saturday October the 24th, Kilmarnock at home Saturday November 7th, Hearts away Saturday November 28th. That'll be moved to the Sunday. Hibs away December 12th. St Mirren away January 23rd. And Falkirk at home on Saturday January the 30th will be moved. So if you are travelling to Celtic Park, you'll know that these are the games that will be shifted. So you'll need to make other arrangements for ferries and buses and all the rest of it. Anyway, right, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are. I will be back tonight, 6 p.m. Celtic Park time. Make sure you join me then, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of an update when it comes to Celtic transfers.